Hello, everyone. Hello, ladies. I hope you are all doing well. I wanted to go live. I am a member of the Greens Ladies Golf Club, and we have been so much more active on our social media pages. We're just getting started. We are not going to slow down. We're just getting started, and we've been seeing just so much wonderful feedback from our Facebook page, from our Instagram page, really this Instagram account. And so we wanted to just have more engagement. We wanted to show up more. And so, again, my name is Miss Genesis. You've probably been seeing my face behind some of our new content rolling out, just talking about just some foundational things when it comes to golf. And we have a new video series coming out soon. I actually just got off the phone with one of the Greens Ladies Golf Club members, and we're going to be talking about golf balls, because that's something that I will tell you, when I first got into golf, no one was talking, like the basics, like which golf balls do you buy and all that cool stuff. So I wanted to talk about three things that I think is so important if you're, new to golf, getting back into golf. There are things that as Black women, when it comes to golf, no one's talking about. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that there's been such a huge lack of representation as Black women in the game of golf. And I wanted to share a statistic, that I saw just reading and doing research that was just shocking. So in 2021, this is, kind of in the midst of the pandemic, there was a whopping 3%. I just want to hear that number, 3%. So out of all the recreational golfers, only 3% were Black. 3%. And that does not even include whether we know how many were women or men. Now, of course, we're just going to automatically assume that out of that 3%, the majority definitely probably were men. But I'm not going to make that instant assumption. But I will tell you this, as someone who's a member of a country club in Delaware, I've only seen one Black woman actively playing on a consistent basis at my country golf club. Okay, my country club. So seeing other Black women is not the norm. It's just not the norm, right? And a lot of it also has to do with representation, right? Seeing each other. But another thing too is access. Education when it comes to the game of golf. A lot of times golf was not something that as Black women we grew up knowing about, right? It was something that traditionally white men grew up knowing about, right? You went golfing with your father, right? But as Black women, we didn't grow up with that, right? And we just shared a recent reel on our account talking about Althea Gibson. She was the first Black woman to join the LPGA, and that was not until 1964. So, it took a while, and even now there are not a ton of Black female golfers that are a part of the LPGA, which is the Ladies Professional Golf Association. We're starting to see a lot more diversity, but even the word a lot isn't a lot. But you know what? We're going to take whatever we can get. We're going to take whatever representation where we can see other Black women. So I wanted to share with you three things again that I just want you to think about. This year, our goal as a platform is to make golf your hobby in 2024. That's our goal, is to help you make golf your number one hobby for 2024. It's a sport that you can play for the rest of your life. Think about that. It's the one sport you can play. You may not be able to play pickup basketball when you're 80, but you can play golf when you're 80, right? And so here are three things I just want you to think about. Number one, I want you to think about all the new things you're going to learn within this game. This game has so many things that you can learn about. And so you're going to enter a world where maybe things that weren't accessible to you, or maybe, you just didn't know about, you're going to learn, right? And I think that's something that is fun to embrace, is a new sport, or a sport that maybe you used to play or heard of, or maybe your spouse, your boyfriend, a guy in your family played, but you as a woman, you were just like, yeah, it looks fun. I would love to swing a club, but I don't know anything about it. Well, don't allow not knowing to prevent you from learning. And so this year, we're going to partner with you. We're going to support you. We're going to be in your corner to help you to learn to love the game of golf, right? Number two, have fun. Here's something that we just posted on our Facebook page just now, which is the majority of golfers are not professionals. Believe me, I played with a lot of golfers, guy golfers. They're not professionals. You may be like, oh, I pick up a club and I miss the ball. I've seen that happen a lot. Okay. I've seen that happen. So the thing about golf is you want to have fun. And many times when you're new to golf, you're so focused on getting everything right that you miss the pleasure of just learning to learn the game, right? Don't get all on yourself if, hey, I swung the ball and I missed it. So what? Okay. Or you know what? I forgot that it was my turn. Enough is really where the pleasure, but a lot of it was because I wasn't sure. And so when you are in acts right. Okay. There you go. Wi-Fi. But for me, I grew up as an athlete. Golf and tennis were my sports, right? And so when I came back to golf, it's been over 8 years ago. So, and for some people, they're like, okay, shouldn't it take you fast? No, it took me 2 years. And even now, I'm still learning. I have an 18 handicap. I play from the white tees. I think I'm pretty good, but I have a long way to go. And I probably will not get to my goals for like several years. Guess what? That's what it's all about. Just learning, enjoying the game. So number one, again, you're going to learn this year. We're going to help you to learn. Number two, we want you to enjoy the game. You also want to enjoy the relationships. I have had so much fun. I've played nationwide, overseas. I've built relationships at my country club. I've built relationships through Greens Ladies Golf Club. I'm a proud member of GLGC. Okay. I am a proud Greens lady. And I have been a member since last year. And it has been amazing on how much pride I have as a member of GLGC. Honestly, more pride than my country club. More pride. Yeah, way more pride. Because I'm with a whole group of Black women, okay? And so the relationships, and then too, the cool part too is, you get to play in tournaments and, invitationals and charity fundraisers. And you meet more people who are learning to play the game of golf just like you. I'll tell you a funny story. I was at a tournament and this guy, he was talking all big, he was talking all big. And, I was in the group right behind him. He was talking big, and he takes his first swing. He misses the ball, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? That's what the game of golf is all about, man. Talk big, but guess what? You're just here to have some fun, meet some new people. And we just all started laughing because we realized, who are we to be, super serious? And, none of us are professionals. We're not getting paid to play this, and so it's just about having fun and meeting people who are loving the game just like you. Number three, the other thing I think that is so important, especially following this channel and other platforms, is that connecting with other Black women. I have been surrounded by Black women my entire life, and it is such an amazing thing when you see representation, right? And we talk a lot about that, but you don't realize how important it is until you go somewhere and, you don't see yourself anywhere on the course. And then you see another Black woman, you're like, yes, okay, awesome, right? Well, imagine what it's like when you're learning with a whole ton of Black women. And so that's why this year through Greens Ladies Golf Club, we are making it our mission to go hard. And this is why you're going to see we're running ads or running new videos. We have new content coming out because this is the time. We're in a pivotal time right now. And I'm all about timing, right? We're in a pivotal time where, access is opening up so much more for Black women. We are, entrepreneurs. We're just doing so many amazing things. And so why not make golf a part of that success journey for you? Why not make golf that one thing that you learn or just become better at, and you actually connect with it, and you're not focusing on perfectionism, okay? A lot of times as Black women, we're like superwoman. No, not this year. Okay. We're going to learn how to just have fun. Okay. And enjoy the game. A bonus thing too for me of why this channel is so important, why we really want to connect with you, show that we're real, That's why going live is great, showing you that we're real women, real Black women who are loving the game of golf. But one other thing I think is a bonus thing to talk about, and I'm gonna let you ladies go and enjoy the rest of your night. For me, my story when it comes to golf was one of, I was in these circles, golf circles of, the country clubs and all that. Again, I'm a member in Delaware. But there were no black women, except one. There's like one black woman, right? I told you guys about that. I often felt like I didn't fit in. Even though I had played golf in high school, I played high school varsity. I never felt like I fit in because I never saw myself. And because I never saw myself, when I went to Atlanta for school at Spelman, and I came back home, I stopped playing golf for over 8 years. I stopped playing golf for over 8 years because, what's the purpose of sometimes, at least for me, for playing? You never see yourself. You never see other black women playing. I wasn't going to play. And so I stopped playing and I put it off. And then the pandemic, I picked up a golf club. And I told myself, I don't care if I don't see another black woman. I'm going to learn golf for myself. And so that's what I did. I drove up to Villanova area. If you're from Philly, you're familiar with the Blue Route. Went on the Blue Route, okay? And drove right up into Villanova area. Signed up for golf tech lessons. I was researching, like, where do I get golf lessons? This is why we're going to be so adamant about connecting you ladies with wherever you live. We're going to find somewhere for you to learn how to play golf, okay? Now, we also have some clinics coming up ourselves, but you don't have to wait for us to get the clinics together. We're going to be your golf cheerleader, okay? You let us know where you live. I'm going to tell you where you can go get some golf lessons, okay? But anyway, I drove up an hour every week. Sometimes 2 days, an hour just to go up, an hour to come back for my golf lessons. Okay, that's how dedicated I was during the pandemic. I was like, as a black woman, I'm going to learn how. And I had played in high school, but I completely lost my touch, didn't know how to play anymore. So I drove an hour every trip for these golf lessons. Again, sometimes twice a week because I had practice sessions too. And I was adamant, like, I'm going to get this thing. 3 months later, I got my game back, started picking it up. But then I had to start playing, like actually playing on a golf course. Again, I had not played for years. My father, he was like, yeah, I'll take you out. But, he had his own thing. My mom, they're like in their love world, So he was going to take me out just a little bit, right? So I had to start taking myself out. And I didn't know what to do. And no one looked like me. No one was anxious to help me either, okay? People just assumed that I knew what to do. I would show up and I'm like, yeah, my tea time is 12 o'clock. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? It was like, what do I do? I would go on YouTube, right? Hey, Mount Laurel. Hey, Tina, how are you? Shout out to Mount Laurel. Love Mount Laurel. That's actually my favorite Topgolf location, okay? Shout out to Mount Laurel. But, I didn't know what to do. Tina, I didn't know what to do. And so I realized that I knew I was not the only black woman that was having these same thoughts. I knew I was not the only black woman that was like, listen, I'm all about the country club. But I also want to play and I want to actually know what I'm doing, And so that's when, through Greens Ladies Golf Club, we knew that there needed to be more representation for black women in the Philadelphia area. I live in Delaware, but I don't claim Philadelphia because I can't claim it because I don't live there. But hey, look, I'm a greater Philadelphia. I'm greater Philadelphia, right? So we have our members are from South Jersey, are from Philadelphia, are from Delaware. And so we wanted to now focus on building a greater community, whether you're a member or not. And we're going to talk about membership when we open back up for this season, this spring. But we want to spend the winter time equipping you with that. So I say all that to say, it was so important for me to be around other black women. So that's why I joined Greens Ladies Golf Club. Because there were also diverse ages. And I'm 31. But for me, I wish I could say this, but I am not in that group that, wants to party all the time. I'm not that group. I'm the group that I'm a home person. Okay. I want to come home. Okay. I like the older crowd. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. Okay. I'm an Anita Baker crowd. Okay. Patti LaBelle crowd. And so I also wanted a group that I was a part of that also was a mixture in age. I didn't just want to learn around girls and women that were my age. I want to also learn learn from the 50-year-old, from the 70-year-old who has been playing for a long time and can share with me the traditions and the history of being a Black woman in golf. We have members who have been a part of GLGC for over 30 years. They have seen the changes of historically in Philadelphia. You know, they know the history and the roots of Black women playing golf here in the Philadelphia area. I wanted to be a part of something like that. And so that's why we're so passionate through GLGC to be a platform. And so again, I just want to show my face. Again, I'm Genesis. Everyone calls me Gigi. But I, again, am a member of Greens Ladies Golf Club. We're going to start going live on this channel on a consistent basis, at least once a week, bringing you things that we believe that you should know about. We're going to be breaking down the bag. We're going to be breaking down, for me, it's the fashion. I don't know if you can tell, I'm a girly girl. And I'm gonna let y'all go, but when I first got back into golf, King of Prussia, is like right there, and so, I'm a shopper, and, I said to myself, I know we did a reel that said, don't spend a ton of money on your golf bag. Well, I know that lesson because I was the one that went out and dropped the tooth. Yeah, I was like, I have to be motivated, so I bought the golf shoes, the golf skirts, the dresses, and I will tell you this, it was a great motivation to go out there. Even when I was not playing well, I knew I looked good. And I'm telling you, when you look good, you may not play good, but you feel better when you look at your pictures and say, I looked good, and as a Black woman, I did that. I look good. Did I play well? No, but I look good, right? So we're going to be talking about, for me, I love golf fashion. We're going to be interviewing different golf, professionals, right? Who can share with us more of the professional tips. We also have some coaches lined up. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Coaches. Yes. Who can help us really learn. And so again, we just wanted to say hi, let you know that we're real, like we exist. You're going to get to know some of the other members on our lives and content. So we just hope that you have a wonderful new year. Enjoy your new year. Cherish the ones that are in your life. Cherish those relationships. And you will see us very soon here on this channel and on our pages. So again, if you're not following us yet, be sure to follow us here on Instagram as well as our Facebook page. We just started ramping up attention on our Facebook page. So we're going to also have some live streams happening over there. So be sure to head over to Greens Ladies Golf Club on Facebook. And listen, if you have any questions, DM us. We are we're real Black women, like real women here on this Instagram. So if you have any questions, DM us. Ask us any questions you may have. Again, there are a few of you who also reached out on our comments about lessons. So I do want to say this before I go. If you are a Black woman that's like, listen, I need to get signed up for some lessons somewhere, this is the winter season. So the winter season is really a perfect time for you to practice, indoors. It's really cold. So practicing outdoors may not be the best plan. But again, from my personal experience, I started my lessons indoors at a Golf Tech. I trained for 3 months. And it was the best investment I ever made. And then by the time I went outside, I had basics of like my swing. There's some things that are going to help. And also too, Topgolf, I know people make fun of it, but I'm going to share this on a reel soon. That's where I was going. I would go during the day. I would go and I would just, after lessons, just go and hit. And so we're going to also have some ways in which you can connect with us and, just get out there. But again, DM us. If you have any questions or you want lessons, let us know. Let us know where you live. We do need to know your actual